Hello, everybody. Divine and God, Chosen Star Seed, Spiritual 777. How y'all doing? All right, I put some cards on here. It was on September 1st. So the information I pulled was on Friday, and I believe we're on Wednesday. Now, the information I had um, pulled some cards, but the energy of that those particular cards as I was reading. I want to give shout out to some other people, and I will put it as far as a community board. Um, so the first thing I noticed that we're still Aquarius on Leo and Virgo. The energy's still in that same energy. We're dealing with community, social or organizations, and dealing with as far as pleasure. Pleasure is in Leo, and wise and pleasuring. Either it's going to be the PPPs, and those are the prize. I want to get the information because I wrote it down. Uh, so the PPs is the pride, powers, and perception. So those are the PPs. And I think I've been talking about the PPPs for a while and try to explain when I say the PPPs because understanding that we are the people. And when we have the the P's is just like nines and six. And those particular when they go up and down, then we're back in those houses, which will be the sixth house, which is Virgo, and the ninth house is going to be Sagittarius. But in those health, and also is in spirituality. Okay, so in that ninth house, and in spirituality is we're in that Kama energy or Chi energy, and that's spiritual. Okay, and we're coming from health, and to me with spirituality it's changing of everybody, and health has to do with the body, and then the ninth house what has to do with spirituality will be has to do with cosmic and heaven and earth. So you still have a trinity if this matrix with trinity and neo has to do with soul and your soul perception, and give you the information of giving you stellar energy. I mean, so that has the constellation, and they give you iron belt, also give you Juno energy and alliance. And then and like I said, even though it's a sixth house, but if I put in June, then June would have to be the same thing with Virgo. So it goes from 6 and 3, break it down to 3, and that would be 3 communication with health. So, but two of them is a twin lovers, and that Gemini has two to tie to something, and has to do with health. Virgo energy. Um, so it's just different ways the numerology of astrology, because that's where we're at spiritually and with health. And so we are now more of perception is pulling out of perception, even though the world is there in the PPPs, but we have pride, and cause issues with different things, right? We're trying to move out of that and move it to another spirituality, and it becomes at the fool's journey in the time of Aquarius, And time of Aquarius is a time of it. It's short time with a lot of things that we have already done. When you say done, I mean absorb the sun. We've done everything that was been done, and now it's like poured out the water. Either it's going to clean it or going to dump back on you. It's like when you figure it out that we have made so much deliciousness thing in this world, and we not understanding that we have our ancestors, what they've done, and it passed down to the younger of the generation. But we're not teaching the understanding that you don't want to. I feel like that. I believe in that house of Pisces energy is the secrets and the hidden things that y'all do not want to tell, the things that you need to tell in order to understand other people to know why we're in this predicament now. But always a death gonna give you the secrets. And I said, if you ever had a death, from my experience, that is, you're going to figure, well, you're going to find out of that house is of 12, of the old soul of fishermen of a Pisces, and you're going to find there's a whole lot of secrets. But after the death, then you get to understand after comes what part of the free journey is, as either whoever died. Okay. And you can free yourself and go from another journey from all of that. It's going to give you some things that you need to help you to move on with your life. But death is here. It's hanging for a while, and it's still here because it's not is the ending of something. And eighth before that will be deep, and that's Scorpio's thing. And with Pluto, I'm gonna give you that information too, because it's going to let you know that eight a house is Pluto, and there's a lot of things that's going to bring up, so you can go into that ninth house, so you can get the understanding about that, because it's death. I know. So it's kind of like transform from death, the end to the beginning. But we're in spirituality now, coming from so much of the perception of the world, how we do daily. You know, now it's like coming from all of that, from 21, and then 22 will be the full. And that's the fool's journey. Two different things in the religious is a fool is the bad thing in the Bible. But it was always free. But become as free person, thinking person, how you feel, not to go and be going to ask them or to not, I say it's like you're free from connecting to attachments from long time. So it's like unplug the biblical one that you became for so long. Now you're free without being tied to something. This is a beautiful thing though, but sometimes it's hard to untouch it. It's like a person had a birth, which the Virgo is going to give you that Venus energy, and we're in that energy. Virgo is planning on in her a hermit. All right, but it shows remind me of a tower that is in the sea, and that is a lighthouse. And this particular one is a hermit. It's shining the light, but also the stars too. It's a line. So let you shine out with a hermit. A hermit also can be a crowdy person too. But with that particular in that sixth house is health. So you have to look at your health, but also go to the body. So it gives you creation and how it started. Also give you competition too, and competitive about of your light, which you're shining over somebody. So let's get on in here. The first card I pulled today. All right, so this is the Brave Black Verse. These are cards, right? These are just like a postcards, and it's American women who changed the world. And the reason why I'm pulled in here because it was necessary. You know, it's the women. You know what I'm saying? It's about it. So my understanding is sisterly love. Now, at this point in time, this is the only cards I have. I'm only gonna use that. I'm only giving functions. These are women, even though they were brave, black at first, at a point in time, everything were. It's just the past, previous of what's going on here. Celebration on all things. So look at the function part, then you understand why. We're only about functions and how it operate. Because we don't mess around with the color, gets really radical and racial about stuff. But it's just giving out influence. Okay, you don't have to understand. You don't have to read the video. You don't have to. Basically, you don't have to see the video. Excuse me, but it's visual, and it's about thoughts, visuality, and communication. So this particular one is Ida B. Bells. This is the second one on here on my video. So these are two ones I'm gonna give out. The ones is Chisholm and Mrs. Dorothy Irene Height. This is my second time on a video because it's going to let you know that his intuition is very important. These two are main one. This is what she says here. First of all, she was born in July 16th, 1862, and she died on March 25th, 1931. She's from Mississippi, and she died in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so the information she says, the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of truth upon them. So still out here, this is the first one. And first is past, previous, but the first card is always going to be some type of magician, or also will be, creation. Creation was first, but the other names that we have different languages. So another way is the magician, the creation. A person is the first one. So that means this particular Miss Ida B. Wells, she was a creation, and that she's giving out the information. So give some information. She's a Cancer, and she died in Aries. Okay, so understand that. That was the 7th and 3. 10 gonna give you an information. 10, 73. What's going to give you the Wheel of Fortune? I give you number 10. It has been completed. And what completed, given the information, this is very important because this is to be seen. The way to right wrongs is turn the light into truth. Okay, the first one, I'm going to bring that. I seen a mouse, and there it is. And the mouse went from the right side to the left. So when you're dealing with that, you understand what a mouse is. You go figure out what it is. But it's telling you the truth. The way to right wrongs is to turn the light of the truth upon them. Because behind the secrets of the fisherman of the 12 old soul, Pisces will give you that information. That'll give you Taurus. Taurus gonna give you that value. Okay. So when it's 12 is gonna give you secrets. Break it down to 2, then you're gonna break it down with value. But the card that I pulled on here was the Gate. So that has to do with a gate. Those are doors that open. Remind me, the gate has towers. Okay, but I believe there's 2 towers here, it's split. So my understanding was towers. I believe this is one whole because it's split. Because the 2 towers already failed. That's the treasury. With it, this particular has been split in that gate. Gate go in and out. So, to me, I believe it's judgment. Judgment is always going to be, why is judgment? It's the right and wrongs. It reminds me of a little Keith Sweat in here. I love R&B. I love music. So it means the right and wrongs. And this judgment has to do right and wrongs. And the light has to be shown on the truth of the Hermit. This is here is, like I said, the lighthouse has to be shown about the health, It's purpose about the body. It's the passage of transformation. I see number 13. 13 strong out here. I've been seeing it. 13 is to transform death things that has to be made place as in another journey. The spirituality is here. So it's important. And that ninth house. Ninth house has to do with the phoenix rising, burning ashes, transform with it. So radical truth is going to be, will set the wisdom world free, because it has to. You can't scrape a bottom of a barrel and a baron, and also the barons that were in the position, and to scrape it. And the barons can't keep another crab barrel of another individual on the bottom and to scrape it, because somebody has to come out of that. That's the reason why you ascending, is because you have to ascend in order to do things, in order to transform, to go to the next. Judgment has to do with the Christian distortion. Okay, give you the sages, because that's ninth house. Ninth house has to do with sages. Sages has to do with that. Sage has to go all the way to the point we're into different type of spirituality, and we're in namaste, ashe energy, ka energy, chi energy, tiger. We pass rabbit. We are in different type of cosmic, divine order, different duality, shift, realms, dreams, dimensions of all over the world, and everybody in different things. We have some people will sleep sometimes. Sometimes we call it insomnia, where it is subconscious and conscious, where you're in different type of duality of fast things. Fast things give you devilness, in the church or the religion will say everything's fast devil, because it is perception, you know what I'm saying? Meaning you have to catch up on what's really going on. They give you matrix energy fast. If you watch them matrices and all different things, and more than one, you have more than one. I mean, a person, individual can be more than one if you pay attention much the matrix. So they tell you dualities on a high rise. That means that means ID energy, individual, real. Are you so? It's right now we can't do anything without the first question they say: are you a robot? That's the first thing it says. So you're human, but you're inanoid. Not really. You kind of half breed. You went from where you used to, now you're coming from human and humanoid, because you're half breed now. You become something else. Now we're in a time of a battle or competition, because we have went from the next. You went from human, now you're in annoyed in energy, where you're not really annoyed. It's like you have an ID, but you half breed because you got another part. You use the 5, the speed, which is the value system, which y'all call it electric mother. I call it beast energy, which would be become as human, but not. You have another part. You have another beastie of it. Okay, that means a type of animalistic that you're attached to, that you can't go nowhere without it. You have another thing that you're tied to. So, giving you a far future and looking back. And that is like gone before. It's like eons that have gone before for the Christian. It give you a tarot it give you practitioners, because the divine has to do with the tarot and divine nerves. And it's the same thing. We had to have the education in how to get conditioned. We can't get that without that. because then where we getting it from? So that's the reason why they had to come with all the religions has to come all together in one now. Because we had to, because it came back as an extra O. Because we had God. So when they came with the religions, they had to bring a whole circle because it was missing. Then you take that zero that they only had one. Now you're at the goodness. You're at good now. But in religious, gonna say God. But then now at the end of it, you add another circle because you got different type of religions, and at this time it's one circle. Now you add it to. Now you at the ninth. Now you're at the goodness, real goodness. Okay, they took it out. Now you're back. Now you're in spirituality. So you're practitioner. Now you're influencing. Now you have all the water of the knowledge has been given. So you become as your own free thinking. You are mastered, absorbed the 19 that give you Leo energy of king and queen. You become as your own individual without the a biblical card with the Venus would give you Virgo, because it's pregnant. You got pregnant all the time. You got ideas all the time. Now we are connecting. Make sure you try to get some of your influence out without somebody using your stuff before you say it, because that's the part of the sixth house, because it's going to get you pregnant all the time, and you're dealing with competitive energy of other individuals because you always have pregnant and the light is shining all over your head. But this also gives you a day of judgment. You have a self-realization of health about your outside of the influence of the perception of the world with your lighthouse over your head. So you're enlightened. And then your light is so light that other people don't understand it and other people can't stand it. So you have in others that will look at that as it's a beautiful thing, but can be negative with another individual that don't have the light that you have it over your head, and will use and misuse you of a value, which you would do that. You know, the value is going to give you that Taurus energy, and we're in this bull, and come back for the wrongs and rights, and we're dealing with what's going on now. Pay attention to green. It's giving you Capricorn and Taurus energy and Virgo. And the value is the 9. And 9th is the value of the green and health. Health and the sages, which is the people. The sage is the pillar right here. And it's still a tower, but it's judgment. What we do daily, it's you. It's individual. This is the collective, masculine or feminine. So when we're dealing with that, it's about understanding the judgment and give you the day of works, past and present, and fully understand in their ultimate context. So that's the past. This is the previous. This is the present, excuse me. And who is this? This is Shirley Chisholm. This is another intuition, number 2 card on my video. So why? This is the present. And you already know, you go on Netflix and get that information. So let's get some information. It is born in November 30th, 1924, in Brooklyn, New York. We're talking about New York, okay? And also she also is, I believe she is Sagittarius. And so let's get some more information. And plus, she died on January 1st. 2005. So that she died on Capricorn. She was a Capricorn. So it was like she, you know, it's like 9th house and 10th house. 9 and 10 gonna give you the information, right? So we're going from New York and Florida. So that's where she died, in Florida. The information, this is what she said. You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines, whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing of ideas. Ideas is still with Virgo, creating ideas. And that's the present. Okay? So we're still on judgment, self-realization, previous, but this is about the rights, wrongs and rights here. That's the judgment. It's on the point. And then the color, green and gray. Gray is going to give you the colors, black and white. It's gray. Gray going to give you some shady things going on. But green is letting you know that it's on that earth energy. It's like the individual. This is you, thyself. So that's the number one. Self-realization. Present. And this got two swords here. So this duality is also a choices right here with the two swords and Libra with that. So that's the present because that's the Libra is justice. So with the duality of it. Okay. Now get back on the judgment that I'm still talking about the gate. So we're going gate and the sword. So the information has to do with, it's like ringing. It's like personal. And it's got to do for more as more bodies. So this is the given one. It said, our mortal bodies have carried us across the earth, and we have overcome trials and loss and darkness. And we are now almost at the end of the journey. We're all in order. Okay? And with one more step, we might see the world again with new eyes. Without the clouds and there go their preconceptions, and may even regain or regain the innocent and wonder of our childhood. Now, it is the time to unite the individual selves and with the universe and overcome duality and to acknowledge that all is one. And that's as one is the churches had to come in the circle. And that circle had to bring that is a zero, which is the full journey, had a place in there and add with the other that give you affinity of that eight. It ties to all of it. So it giving you duality and to acknowledge that is all one. It is up to us, you, we, to take the last step to give all up and gain everything. And said everything. To finally step through the gates. It's very important. That's two, and that's two. Two and two is the full journey. Previous, past of the right and wrongs, and the two, Libra, and give you the information. So they give you 20 and 11, right? 2, 20 of judgment, and 2. Still 22. It's still going to give you that information. Yeah, we got to deal with this, honey. We're dealing with value and the full journey. Value and the full journey. What's value? It's very important. So it says the two of swords has to do with aspiration of beginning. So we went from that, the ninth, and giving out the information. Now we're in aspire. Okay, it can like aspire a nation, influence of the nation. Okay, we're here for the Libra energy of the swords, and Libra is justice. So it's like prepares of the journey. When you have Libra also has the knowledge, and knowledge going to give you that. So I give the lady with the lady with the swords in the water, the lady, and like I said, it's knowledge and the swords because it's raised up because it's knowledge. Okay, so also can be cut, but it's raising up right now. So Let's get some preparing for the journey of the inner self. That's the present. That's you. Your Empress, as Empress give you that yellow of the sun, also give you the red, which is over the head, give you more of a royalty of that is royal, and also give you Rome. Rome going to give you the information as well, and also give you carnal energy, but it's around the head. The one is red. Red is a lot, so red gonna give you fire energy, and it's gonna fire on up. If that's behind the head, they give you a lot of Aries energy, which is Rome energy. So over the head, just being that is a person is heady, okay? Thoughts too. Fire gonna give you that fiery Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, okay? So I say the ace is more of a promise of the swords. Give it a power journey and truly begins here. This is the first spark of the intellect. It is intellect. And when I say intelligent, I call it intellect. And to me, it's a person is I tell intel. And that is your own computer of your head. Okay, that's like a spark that give you information that remind me of a car. And you need that spark in order to just like a switch. And that has been kindled in the points that way forward in your brain system of giving out the information. Your brain is like the computer. So it means way forward in the core. It give you the center. This will be a journey of divine intellect. And intellect is a source to remove any layer of reality that hinders us. Our progress toward the eight of the swords is a point of a perfect of clarity and intellect. And that also gives a void. So if you void is the same thing what started in the Bible and give you the void. It's night, it's dark, but it's the beginning of it. It's like it's the same thing as the stars in the line. It's the same as your computer as far as your head. It's the same thing. You are the same thing. It's like you didn't know, but it is so. It is so. And then soy gonna give you soys. Okay? Give you the sauce. Soy sauce. Give you some sauce. So I'm giving you the information. It's like void, it's like the silence. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you look at the stars and if we're looking as far as a telescope. Telescope the same thing as your head. Intellect. It's the same thing. Okay? It's like you have your own computer and you didn't know. Now this is a time of your time of the full journey into be spirituality, to know other things about yourself. Astrology. It's your time. Give you possibility before us. We must choose which is even a size here, which is to reject. Okay, you have a choice, and we're narrow both our path and our focus of the journey ahead. It's like you have a choice. You have some people believe in certain things, and some people don't. You have the choice though. You're not being, sometimes we came from force, okay? Now we come free. Now you wait on somebody to tell what to do. That's the previous past. Now it's like all the things I want to do, I can now. That is the journey of the full journey. Two different things. You untying of that's been in the bed for a long time. Now you become as free. Okay, this is the spirituality part. This is you. This is what's been given as gifts. And this is your journey. Okay, give you a beginning of a sprout, giving you the growth, the sprout across our mind and surroundings. Every time I say source, I say the energy is place, person, and that surround. That is you. And I have a lot of certain things, and people have their own, others have to explain about what is it. That's to let you know people don't know thyself. We know a lot. We only waiting on somebody to tell you, and that's where we're lost in the sauce. Now it's hard to apply when you're so used to waiting on somebody to tell you what to do, and now you're able to have the free journey, and you can't understand it because you don't know what to do. And you became as so as like a pacifier for so long, and now you don't know what to do. And then you become fighting and frightened because you fear, because you're not used to having that what you were supposed to apply, and that you didn't do it. Now we're fighting against what's free for you. You don't even want to do it because you're scared for everything. Then you become fear. Then you come against other people because it's your time, and others will be competition and that's the compete part, because they either don't want you to know what's really going on, or they decide they want to find a play in a game, play with you, and to see what you're going to do and stop you, because you have two people, two different things. You have a one that is an individual, I can see, is masculine and feminine. They want to go one way, and then you have another others that can be have call it compete about your gifts, enlightenment of the tower showing on the Virgo of health, body, and give you the ending of it because you have the full journey. But either they're either tied to something else and causing problems because they don't allow you to do that because that gonna mess with their money. That makes sense. If you're so used to doing what you've done before, some people don't like that. They want you still on a pacifier. They want you to keep on that energy. And also they will try to tie you in too when you're trying to move on. They already know that you have the enlightenment showing on your head. They want to tie into something. And that causes problems where they feel like that's the way to do it in order to keep you in that energy. But it's not gonna work because this been shifted. The plants. Ooh, somebody's green going on here. Plants. The planets has been give out the information of stuff has been aligned, and when the planets in astrology is aligned, ain't nobody, no magician, no priest, nobody, witches and warlock, they may cause the problem and try to stumble you a little bit, but it's already been done. And they already have been doing this for a while. This is why you got competitive of others because they're in that house of work. Because now it's the new and enlightenment. They ain't trying to stop you. But all it's gonna do is make more to karma. Karma gonna bring spite and yikes. What that gives you, I give you Sprite and Right. Sprite and Right gonna give you Price and Right. Yellow Empress and green Capricorn energy. So when a person has got the T, that's the karma part. Because they about that price and right and about your value, about what are you doing, about your body, are you changing your life, or whatever you're trying to do. It's your influence and an enlightened influence for someone else, and it won't slow you down a little bit, but it's about your value, and they're trying to stop it because they don't want your value to be shown out here, and they want to keep you probably in that ninth house with that. You already did transform. They trying to still keep you in that ninth house energy. So it's like death. You transform, but they want to hide it. That's the secrets, okay? It's gonna come out. Let's see. Yeah, it's about their rejecting part of value because they're rejecting it. So like I say, everybody don't have to look like the I call it the position of a. It's like a wood and a block as a child. When you try to put a certain type of peg to go into one in order for a toddler or crawling, trying to put stuff in this certain type of thing in order. I think that's like 4 and 5. You will do that. I done had some kids, so I'm just giving out the information. It's like a pig trying to go into the certain kind of a different peg, wooden peg, and not able to fit in there, and it seemed like, and you're being rejected of value because of that. It's like giving you radical and rebel of being of the full journey. You became as the radical and rebel, because that's another way to put a cast down and reject you out of value, because you're in the spiritually, which is the full journey, and you're in line and aligned with the star system, cosmic order, and spiritually, and cause problems with others because they're trying to stall you and stop you and reject you of your value, because you're just doing what you're supposed to. Okay, giving you seeding, which between the blades. So seeding is giving you fruits and blades. Fruits is going to give you fruit action, that give you co-creation. Okay, give you what fruits is for. That means you need to understand the fruits that's around you and become as fruitful. And because abundance is there, because it's pricing right. It's the yellow. Yellow gonna give you the Empress energy. And green, we're starting anyway with this one here, because it's behind it. It's on there. It's like she stated on there. But the abundance is right here. So that give you Sprite energy. And a long time ago, Sprite used to be so strong that you would have smoke coming out your nose. A lot of things have changed, you know. But it's about teeth. Teeth has to do with big giants and yikes, because you didn't change. So that means more money is more into you instead of building other people. So it's a lot of build cord that it's time to cut off things that is that you're connected to. That's like devices. What we've been doing for a long time. I mean, it's fast energy. We need it. You know, we can't go nowhere on our cell phone. But I'm trying to tell you, in order to build anything, sometimes you have to take away off the plate. And plate give you that energy. Sometimes you put too much of others on a plate instead of putting stuff on your food. Or maybe sometimes you may need to take the food off the plate, or either you may have to take off too many people on the headshot, the headquarters on that plate. Then we back into hunt energy that should be in spirituality, because we already been transformed. Then we got transformed energy, cosmic energy. Now, this is the future, and this particular lady, this is Augusta Fell Savage. This is the future. This is present. This is past, present, and this is future. Now, this particular, now she's with white. White is giving you enlightenment. Also give you that tower. I would give you that lighthouse. And pure energy. Pure is like as a person give you the light of rays, but is also give you that a lot of information, you know, spiritually. With this Augusta Fella Savage. This is, she's born in February 29th. It has some Aries going on here, 1892. Died on March 26th, 1962. So that's Aries. Aries is giving you the information. Aries is going to give you that self right here, yourself. Okay. So she says that my monument will be in. It says I It's going, and they give you IMY students #1 work. So this is like will be in IMY students #1 work. So this the monument, and the monument is going to be the future. Future is going to be around the head, right? Because the future surrounds, and when you place it over the head, so then you know what we're dealing with. We're dealing with wrongs and rights. Also, we're dealing with monument. And this is the gate. That's a monument here. But the earth on top of that tower. So we're dealing with Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. But the monument, it is the land, okay? And that also give you gates. Gates will also give you people that's passed spiritually have died, and that is the earth, okay? That is in the on the earth right now. So you're dealing with your generation of your ancestry, okay? So they give you that white energy over the head, that's spiritually, right? So my understanding that's about the work, because it's all about the work in order to do spirituality. Behind the scenes, just how you're going to be able to do meditation, things that you need to do. And that means you have to take away from that you were so connected with umbilical cord devices and everything in order to go to the next. So a lot of things has to be in order to do things and to do the work, you will have to take away from off the plate. And whatever you put on that, it could be anything, but it's over your head. So Aries is about self, and self gonna give you that predicament of that I gave today, which was wrongs and right. Give you mother energy, and go back into Aries again. So this about that house. Fourth house gonna give you that. So in that house, you have to make things right in judgment with self, health, all of this that's over here, which will be, like I said, is self home, and self realization. And it's the sculpture, and you know it's the sculpture. It's like the to me is the it's the cup over the head. It's the same thing pouring over it. So they give me Aquarius energy as well. So they're still back in Aquarius is community. So your this has to do with your ancestry. This is passed down, giving you the past of like we'll call it a torch, but also it's a cup. It's over the head. You have to make wrongs and rights of the self-realization of it. And this is your ancestors that's passed down. The students at work. Students give you back to the baby again. How would you know that unless you take the play off the devices that you've been using? And about the light. So it's like telling you, you got to tell the light. The light has to be. It's like the way to right wrongs is to turn the light of the truth upon it. You have to do it because this is your job. You're doing your job. Regardless of how, and they know it. That's what the competitor, because they don't want you saying nothing. Because they don't want you to see it. They're rejecting it because they don't want to know. That's just like, to me, as if I go back into the Bible, and the first thing it said about as a spirit, and the spirit's going to tell you about swine and pearls. And this is right here is a swine and pearls, because that particular swine, goat, or whatever, they fell off the cliff. Why was that? Because they were, it was not to the point of reject. They was embarrassed because they didn't want the Messiah, which y'all have different names. Y'all got Jesus, y'all got Yeshua, Joshua energy. I'm just giving you Christ energy. So why the particular of this spirit didn't want to be shown, because they was embarrassed because they were doing something behind the scenes, okay? And they was like, basically, they just fell off the cliff. That's your pearls and the swine. The sun is here. It's over your head. Same thing as the Virgo and the Hermit is to be shown that the light is over your head, and that's why being light and with these spirits, they don't like that because you shine too much, and that means you're going to show enlightenment what they doing behind of the value and rejection you, because the secrets is in the sauce. And that's why they keep messing with competition of your work, because they don't want you out here to be shown out here. They're going to devalue you, even though you're doing it. You already know they're going to do it. You're not looking for the money. You're looking for what the purpose, enlightenment that you already been given, and they can't stand it. 19 gonna give you the sun. Sun gonna give you that the little man with the horse, and that sun's gonna give you Leo energy or Linus. It's giving you the radiance of light. That's the light, and giving you that the light way of Virgo. It gives you depicted as a child. A child is a person that is going to, as a child, to be understanding. So this give you transformation from where you was, the education has been given, and conditioning as before. Now you're getting of a death of transformation over light that's been given over the light over your head, and about the gate of the judgment. That means that sun is going into that gate, and you have already made it, and you done mastered it, and you done went from a rainbow. You done went through the gate. So that it caused others may not like that because they already know that you were the one that went through. The books has been here forever. They all know about it. Ain't nothing new. They trying to hide it, but to reject you about your value. You already made it, and they know it. So collective, this is a masculine feminine. It doesn't mean that the woman is in here. It's just a function. Pay attention of the words I'm saying about your astrology, your natal chart of the date of birth, and the numbers that I give. Because that's the only thing to understand, okay? Other thing else, people will cause problems of the people and the picture. But it's about the numbers. It's about you. You know who thyself. And you should know everything that's been given, because astrology is going to give you that full journey. Because, hey, stay on that journey, regardless of what comes around. You can always get back on that journey. Give you traditions. We go that there you go with that Dio and the scoring. It gave you a little Scorpio in I'm gonna give you separation in Scorpio. Okay, so if it's separation or if a division of it Scorpio, gonna give you that eighth house energy, gonna give you that deep stuff, steamy stuff in there. In the Bible, gonna tell you that because I'm only in here spiritually because I'm able to, because I am. If I'm able to give everything that has been division and divining, it is the whole cosmic of it. And that gives you the information that we went from there and transformed. Okay, so the information is the individual. It's the family in it, and also with your churches. Also, it's going to pass down. It had to bring of all this connecting to religious and to one's whole. It's not the zero. It is a zero, but it's been added. Had to bring the goodness. Okay. Give you a tradition. You know, we always talk about, always on my videos is always about culture and tradition. And tradition is always going to start somewhere. So you're going to have different culture traditions that was before the religious. And then we all 1, 2, and 3 in here. You got the Trinity energy. We got the Matrix and Neo Soul. We're all together regardless. Same thing. Okay. It give you, instead of using I got an imagery of twin birds cycling each other of the flight. Then you give you divine and twins energy, or it could be as far as could be just anything that it could be a partnership. But give you the sun. It's surrounded by the cultivator garden. So they give you the birds, which is going to give you the sun. And it's a beautiful thing. So let's see anything else in here. Give you the sun as a natural, is the opposite of the moon. So we're dealing with absorb and reflection energy. The moon is the reflecting. And like I say, moon is like the mirroring. Okay, the mirroring effect. Okay, understanding that you could take yourself, look in the mirror all the time, and that's about your pride. And pride can sometimes get you in trouble too. But understanding It's about to be seen though. Absorbed it, you learned it, you went through it, and now you learn. Now you have the reflecting of a mirror of all of it. And when you're seeing the sun and the moon at the same time, then you already know you're dealing with natural and also you're dealing with dark energy. And with that, moon is going to be reflecting too, but at different stages. So that's a lot of work for the spiritual individual that understanding what's going on with this right here. So this right here gonna give you about progress and standing. Sidelines ain't gonna do nothing with all that talking and all that mess and complaining. Get the moving. It's about you to stand from all the stuff that they're doing. It's value rejecting. And they rejecting you because of your value, because you're transform in spirituality. And that gives you to the point where it come all the way down from cultural traditions and then religious, because then why are they questioning when they had to bring all a whole circle? Well, who are you dealing with? You're dealing with some type of church, religious. If somebody in your family, friends, or whatever have a problem about your spirituality, that's what you're dealing with, a competitive spirit. And that's going you're dealing with swine and pearls. So when you're dealing with swine and pearls, you're dealing with that type of energy. And that's swine, that's devil energy about your pearls. And you don't cast them down. They want to tie in, but they don't want you out here to be valued. They want to belittle you and shot and put you in that energy of shady gray. Okay? But you can't. You're too light. I can't do anything with it. The four gonna give you the fourth house, mother energy right here. Still, you're gonna get the 10, give you the wheel of fortune, and when you 4 times 10 is 40, and that's this page gonna give you that right there. Because the doors are opening, you're able. Natural, like I said, we're natural. We on clarity and visionary and unconditional. Okay, so when you're dealing with the mirror dark, so you have to bring the unconscious, which is high priest energy. It is, but when you in that energy, you become as the vessels. You become as the vessels, and then that's the women, and the men is the bridemaid. Call it bridemaids, or what you want to call it. So you're the vessels. You was vessels first. Now to each is one. You do your own study. I do mine. But you're the vessels. You was already anyway. That's the hidden sauce. They ain't gonna tell you. I tell you, you were the vessel first. So you become the vessel, then they became as the family. But you was already before. Now we're in the energy. Now we're back as the women again. Why? It was a time for it. But to understand about the function of the wisdom, because she slacked on something of the function. And he did too, all at the same time. Function's gonna give you Deuteronomy. It's gonna tell you the revealing of it, of why we're in a predicament now. Give you a plate energy, give you the wrong energy. It's gonna give you all the information. What is this about? It's about value, rejection, transform to the next from where you were as connecting to all things, and now your spirituality. Now you're here to go through the gate, and you're here. And to stop it is competition, because you have the power within that you didn't know, computer of your own. Now you do know. And also give you, like I said, the sun is depicts moment of the conscious joy. But this card also, in some senses, is give you the counterpart, the devil. Like I say. So this card earlier, I think that it was upside down. And it was the Wheel of Fortune. And it was upside down. And so that give you the devil. That energy also gonna always say the devil is the fast, but also gonna give you raw energy. So raw energy gonna give you that information, but upside down. Okay? So, like I told you everything about the pearl and swan. Goat energy. And if you are if you are climbing that, okay, let's talk about tower. This is all about tower. Tower is individual that are climbing up competition and become as why become competition? They become devil in this house, which is hell. So the purpose is, if all of this to me has to deal with that and the enlightenment with that Herman in there, the hell, then you let you know that either they're trying to put you in that predicament of hell. That means you already you transform, so ain't nothing that they really can do because they're trying to put that position and trying to reverse it and put you in like you got problems with health, but you don't. You've already cleaned. You mastered it, transferring everything. They burnt and cleaned it. So they try to put you like you not healthy, and that caused value and rejected you because that's the purpose anyway. Because that's the image of it. That's what they were trying to do, and that's devil. That means it's a hunt and put you in that position like you're not able to stand. That means a person is not unhealthy. If not healthy, then they're giving you the information like you're not. It says the prisoners on this card look heavenward, seeking the divine enlightenment. Like I just gave you the information. But see only the dark from the devil itself. The figures of the sun are free. You're free and not entitled. I mean, you're entitled, but you're not entangled. They're trying to entangle you. Of health. And for whatever in that sixth house going to give you that. So they're trying to do it. The figures of the sun are free, blessed by the divine, all seeking power, all seeking power. It looks into and knows both the world. You have both duality, and that's the problem. You can, but they may can. Then they cause proper competition with you because you're able to do both duality and know thyself, and that's the problem. And the seeking of the consulting of the cards, the birds themselves are free yet together, giving you divine. When I see yet means to me has been already give you know thyself. This particular also means dried and preserved in destiny over the head. And like I say about the wrongs and rights, because they're not trying to hear that. They don't want you. They put you in a position of devilness and put you like you're not healthy in that particular spellbound and casting out by spells with pearls. Anytime you see pearls and swine, that means somebody's trying to casting on you because of your information, because you're clean. So they don't like it. And when you in karma, price and right, they're gonna give you the information anyway because it's gonna come back to them. There's gonna be yikes with teeth. Those teeth mean giants. Also give you privilege and give you privilege and another word that I said earlier is gonna be a less thing. But I guess I'll give it in a minute because I know I wrote it in here. Giving you innocent enlightenment, unbound, yet loaded with riches. Because it's right here. That's the present. You have it all within. And right here, over the head. So that means that it's the power of the bountiful and not without dangers. So they give you a only boundary is the nose, is the heat, scorch, earth, fire, and death that you already went through. It's the tower. You already went through all of that. They give you the phoenix and rising. But you had to go through it all. There's the phoenix in here. So you got that. You got the sphinx. You got the king and the lion. You know, that give you the sun. So you had to go through that. So when you see this right here, the sphinx is going to give you dark energy and give you injured. So you went through that. So that watery Aquarius is in there right now in the And there's a time of Aquarius too, but there's a time of dark. For the conscious to bring in the light, because that has the ninth, ninth of numerology, gonna have to give you that 13 energy that has transformed. And why to transform? Because you had the temperance. Here's the one. There it is. Then the cards come back to the same thing. And look at this up and down duality here. Two of the same thing. Two swords upside down. That's two. Give you two again. 22, 22. Give you 4, 4, 4, 4. All right. You got the Leo with it. That's still the sun, right? But you in subconscious and conscious. So they give you the information anyway. Cause here it go again. And that's the number 4. That's the strength again. You need that strength. And this particular one is number 4. And this is the Dorothy Irene Height. Women know how to get things done. Well, this is the wisdom. Purple's gonna give you that. Now don't take it to where it is purple or where it is. You see purple, then you pass it by. It's something wrong because that's your head. You're very important. That's the wisdom. The woman has the wisdom. Now, you have the wisdom, but understanding that fourth, it's gonna give you that 4th house energy, okay? Now this Dorothy Irene Height, this is the 2nd card. So I have 3 cards for intuition that you're supposed to understand that. Myself and other people. Born on March 24th. So give you a little Aries and also give you a little bit of Taurus energy. All right, died on April the 20th, 2010. Giving you Virginia and Washington, D.C. There it is again. Very important. So if that's dealing with that is value and communication. Excuse me, self-value and communication. I'll use self and value. But the strength that you needed. Those are the doors. That's the house. Now, when a house of wisdom, that means you and your own home, you either can slack it, but you got the strength to do that. Now, in the scriptures going to tell you the Bible. The Bible going to tell you the information. And we go back to the point of divine energy that you came from the church in order to get into the information. Because you had to go through the process of what is the journey that the Most High was giving you. The Most High had started with that and gives you with the revealing of it, so you don't understand what you're dealing with, because that's the point of the go through the gate. I'm here for spheres in heaven of the tarot card. This is what this. It gives the divine and divinity. It's the thing is the Bible. We ain't here for the same. This particular the religious had to make a circle, and it was years ago. They all together. They had to bring it because that was infinity. Had to bring the divine. It had to make the play. It had to show the reveal of the last of it, of the revealing. And it's going to give you that chapter of revealing of 19. You need to go look at the Revelation at 19. Going to give you the 2024 that you need to understand what is going on now. So now is now. We got women here. The only way this gonna work if the women stand and be the function of the mother functions. Understand that. A man can be in the same function of a woman, regardless of how you feel, because you have to understand, remove all the extra perception about if the man is at home and the woman is working, regardless of where she at. He's still gonna have to function when she's not there. The same thing of the roles. Understand, don't allow someone else to put other things over somebody else because they got the power of privilege to tell what's value and what is not. We're in a time that the women needs to be able to act like women at all time. And not to be behind and so damn secret. about what's going on. Because if you're not telling what's in your home, that's why nothing's not going. Excuse me. The woman, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do in your secret sauce, and you're not teaching and why the things are happening, you ain't watching, and because it's because you don't want to deal of the secrets. And you need to woman die loose, bring it on in. One of the reason why it's in the predicament, why it was secrets. I bring the church and bring it out because the secrets has to come out. Because therefore it is gonna have to. Because the tower's falling. Because the women has to come and do their play. And y'all have not. And y'all don't want to deal with y'all own self-realization. Because the house fell. Same as a tower. It's time to heal in that house. Because those has to make some adjustments so you can go through this gate. It gives you too much of it creates deserts, lights, and fires, consumes the world. The moon card with its cool, frozen night, it calls the necessary give you a counterpart. Um, Together they form a pair of critical for life. The sun and the moon acting as a cosmic father and the mother in respect. So when you have the sun and moon at the same time, for how many years? Go back and get understanding. There's two lights. That means I see you. I see you. The eye in the left and right. And whoever absorb and reflecting of that give you unconscious energy and to bring into light. So why are we talking about unconscious and conscious? Because it's secrets in the 12. 12 gonna give you the cycle energy. And what happened with that? Because to understand what happened with Messiah, Christ, Yeshua, Jesus, all the same thing. And they give you the sun over the head because it had to enlighten to tell you what happened, why it was secret. Because you give you 12, 12 give you a table, and somebody in that table was not too great, okay? And that was family. And the family is going to give you the same thing we're starting. So that's the reason why it has to be exposed. Next one is the fifth. Fifth gonna give you Hierophant energy, and that is and low, okay, and low, and gonna give you information low down on that. Low mean get you understand what the secret going in here, and she like go in and down. She got nothing but black on in here. That's hidden things, right? She's gonna expose some things here, right here. She is, and like she says here, first to give her born. Her born, she was December the 14th. We're on the 14th of Temperance. 14 is going to give you 1988. Give you what? Give you, still going to give you moon. Give you 888 in here. A lot of things of, a lot of 888 is always about money. But also give you hidden things of moon, which is give you reflecting of a mirror. She's got hidden things. She got something to say. Okay? So, that's in I believe it's Alabama, and she died in Queens, New York. Okay, that February 25th. Give you Pisces going into Aries. So, like I said, I told you she coming in here. Thank you, Most High, and Source, and Ancestor Realm, because they who spoke and they speak, they speak. So she's talking about secrets on here. Like I said, she says here. This hand says, I want to prove that a Negro can become a major dress designer. She's giving you halt. She's giving you culture and fashion design. All right, girls, ladies, Okay. Now, I want you to know what Negro go through. Negro is giving you the number nine. Nine is numerology, but also is hidden. Okay, it's hidden things that you know that you have talents within. Now, Negro also gives you a color. Color gonna give you that information. Go back to void. So that means what started. Cosmic order. Give you force be with you. Okay. Also is a knight here. Night is the hidden part, and she protect herself. All right, but she trying to tell you something. You got some secrets. Secrets gonna give you that information. Gonna give you pleasure, energy, and what you like to do. You might like a seamstress in the fashion. So this is for somebody, individual, masculine or feminine, and this is a night. This is something that you have that you want to do. You need to go and do it now because that's some hidden things that you may have from your past and your ancestry that's been passed down, masculine or feminine. Give you the information that you was needing right here. Yeah, all right, it's Leo energy here. Matter of fact, you got the strength to do it. You're strong to do it. So it's like you got a lot of talent. And protect, you don't have to worry about nothing. Protect it. You protect thyself. So that's giving that night energy. That's night cups. I just need it right here. It says purple tree, state of flow. So this will be flowing. This will give you the information, a lot of information here. You make some money in here. So what's the secret about? Is it something that you want to do and you're just not doing it? You just want to do, you worry about what somebody got to say. So masculine, feminine, collected this for you. Give you that you're the master. You mastered it. And that is the Knight of Cups. It's the case. And it's been achieved a state of grace. But the night is still young. Okay? You know, still when it's young, you know, a man and a night. And also it's the feminine too, but it's still young, you know. Meaning a night is still all over your place, you know what I'm saying? That means night be doing all kinds of things. Whatever you were doing in your somebody doing a little thing in the night. You know, they kind of they ain't think the king yet, but they play. Don't be playing around your stuff. That's your hidden thing. Whatever you want to do. Stop worrying about what up you got to do. You know, it's hidden with it. What you want to expose. Don't expose what you want to do. Okay. They give you they achieve okay give you the cups as the case. It's achieved state of grace, and but it's the night is still young, and also is give you a mobile endowment. That's with mobile, and number five will give you, like I said, a lot of pleasure, you know, and health too. So you kind of writing on this stuff. That mean you're all over the place right here with this night. So I'm saying that's what's hidden on here. Maybe that's causing a problem why you're not doing what you want to do. Because you want to do a seamstress, but you was hiding in here. You was doing so. Either she did it or somebody, or she talking about somebody, or something she was doing. It's up to you. Just saying she was doing a lot. Um, being that, like I said, being a queen, you know, got a lot of play on here. It's kind of like experience. So you've been through a lot through some emotions and different things. Don't allow that secret that's behind you and stopping your seamstress that you want to do. Um, it's just giving you some rest and enjoy accomplishments. Time to kind of rest, pull down, prune from number that pleasure that you've been doing. Bring it back from being around experience and deal with your whatever this right seamstress and fashion. Especially that five house gonna give you that also give you tarot energy, give you her fun energy too. So just maybe that marriage and whatever you time to, it could be something good. Okay. But get out of that other stuff that you doing is causing you or you're not able to. Give you accomplishment and give you different things, stagnation, and it can be if you keep on doing all, and you know, thinking that the experience you went through and cause problems when you're not able to do it. Giving the road goes on and unfolding, giving you that you're able to. It's still giving you strength and intuition, wisdom that you already have, but also that secret stuff, let it go. I mean, we all went through it. We had to go through the experience, and that's the part of life. So you can't just constantly allow other people to put you in that predicament anyway, because we all came for experience. So how can somebody control and tell you in your fate when we all was in the same? Know thyself is the same thing. That's the purpose. We can't teach somebody if you ain't went through no experience. We got a lot of people out here experience things, but some things we need to understand it, but we have to understand about the wisdom and the wisdom, the women function. This is very important. You can't allow the swords here. Look at that. Now, come on. Look here. Is it upside down? That's duality. That's one. Come on, somebody. See how that look like? You can't keep on. The woman is in the court system. Period. You can't keep on hiding behind, but they, even though they scared about it because of drama. We women can do like that. We can act a fool out here and make a mess out here because we know how to do it. And I think these men know that. So why allow to do that now? Well, you need it because it need necessary, but the healing part, you need that mothering. You need some loving, unconditional love with these men, and the men, they need to do the same thing. And maybe that's a lot of co-creation. I think that pandemic was making babies learn. Every time I look, I'm seeing babies everywhere. So it's time to create, fruitful, be fruitful, and get along. See, like the Bible states that it was gonna go against each other. And it says Deuteronomy. So you're revealing of all of it. The same thing come back to reason why it happened. The karma has to come and take place. Number 2, it says drive, stretch is growth. Create Virgo house, Venus planet, Mercury, and for course for the leaders. Give you that global business school energy. Give you globe, and give you business, but also give you church for you, okay? Devil isn't by all. It started with babies anyway. You kind of had to go through the experience. So how you had to go through all of that in order to get the understanding why you got to go through this here again. Because all of this was some things you may want to do, and maybe they add a little bit more so you can be able to go through the game. So I don't know, to each his own. But it has to do with the web. There it is, because we had to be fast. 5 is 5. 5G, night. And this woman here, she hidden in here. It's dark. Boy had to come back again. There it is again, y'all. There it is what it is. Experience of all of it. Going back again. So it's giving you more faster 5Gs, giving you the cricket, what they call it, circle, which I call it a design. It's a circle ring, or it's like the circle clumb. It's like, to me, is like the if you ever watch a movie and it's the destiny, it's like it's like circle. I think it's Superman. That's Superman. Have you ever seen Superman and you seen this little, look like an 8? You just go look. I like movies, but I pay attention. I don't watch movies just for. I like the experience of it, but I pay attention my antenna. Okay, intelligent. Okay, I use it. Building competitive and giving you the advantage. Defend your market share. Okay, defend your value about your market, what you building, and you have to protect it. Okay, of this night of 5G. Protect it. ID, intent, there go the in, and go with the antenna, and entities, which will give you that of annoyed. Okay, that's what it is. Fraudulent and naughty IDs. You're dealing with different type of applications, 5Gs. You gotta protect your night. Yourself. You your own night. You know what the experience about things. So you know how people gonna be, experience that people gonna act, and why they're doing on 5Gs, because it's about your value and rejecting you and help. So you got to be careful with this devices and everything. You have to protect your own self, and that's your job. Find a way to protect of how you pull in all this energy in fast G's. Okay. Also give you 5Gs. Give you 5Gs is G's guides, and now you're in the goodness and the spirituality of that now. I'll give you number one. I should number one. It says a person who identifies with the role of combination and its combination with being undermined and undervalued. This number one. That was number two. So they tell you about the judgment. And this one here was, like I said, it was about the information I was giving right here. And that's about you. Drive. And this one here, undermined and undervalued. So that's the value, secret, rejecting, and perception of it. Gaslighting and master in multiplication, division, at the same time. So it's all at the same time. So you have a lot of gaslighting, emotional, and they call that MIP. That's the manipulation to give you that type of eclipse energy. Eclipse energy gonna give you that manipulation type, trying to clip you on here. Either gonna clip your wings or trying to not value, so you're not able to do anything. Because that was the purpose, to act like you was unhealthy, like your mind wasn't right, like you weren't able, not stable. But it backfired though. The backfire was strategy, because that's what they tried to do that about your value. It's about how you undermine, and it was a magician spellbound, and another person to put that in that energy. They spell how you speak to another person, how you talk to another person, and those spells and how you speak to another person and try to undervalue you, because you already had it. You had everything. It's a competition in the house of the hermit. Backfired because why? The planet's retro. Pluto retro. I believe Mercury retro. Everything had turned around, and that's why it backfired. Okay, create value and build competitive. I call it competitive or competitive advantage, team, social, society, organization of the hermit, and it backfired. Alright, I have a lot of things in here. I've been here for a while. This been over what it is. It's like a lot of things has to do with has to be shifted, pepper, salt and pepper games, salt mines, and giving you necessary profit. It is a poverty and wealth, and that is there it is. Privileges and poverty of the wealth will be held in the hermit. And that's why I said why I was competitive, because it was. Yep. There's value, undermine strategies, and how to put another person and not in to be valued, property of wealth, because that's where it came from. And they didn't give me the information anyway. Stand back in Rome and Egypt. Give me about bags and bricks. Give you anything as a peg leg poverty in the Western world. We got a lot going on. It's on this side. If you heavy on this side. Now this here came from a long time ago, 2021. If that resonate on September 1st, this was here. This has to do with Grimm, Gumble, and Rumble. And that has to do with Grimm. Grimm gonna give you something that it is an entity. And if it's not if it's not human and it's not healthy, then it is the devil. But the devil will be entity that will be as somebody doing more than what it really is. And give you frightful and terror, because anything is frightful and terror is something that it is not healthy and it's not human. And if you are human, then you went from another type of beast, and that is the spiritual war. And that is fierce and ferocious. It's going to give you a line information and terror. and that is the ugliness of the hidden part of the spiritual war, and that is secret. Number three gonna give you that you can be crabby of that three about your what you're dealing with because you're empress energy, and yellow is that to come out of that crab hermit. I call it the hermit. So that'll give you that fourth house and sixth house, excuse me, and that'll give you that information. So you gotta be careful with that fourth house and that Virgo, because you can be crabby and that about your health. And if somebody trying to put you in that predicament, turn around for your good, because it will. It's just the spiritual war. It is everybody have to make their own play. Everybody make a play on a game, okay, black and white, okay, and everybody got a play on here. So every little piece on this thing game, black and white, you're in it. This is spiritual war, and that is exposing it, and everything that they put you in a predicament. It's just a game. It is the test, trial, tribulation, revealing of the hunt, and there it is. Revelation on 19, very important for someone to understand. We have to have the crumb snatchers. It's like the little crumbs is sitting around here waiting on a little mouse or a rat to pick up a little crumb. The crumbs is still here. When you see mouses, it's gonna give you what started in the first place, and then the rat, they become so little and quietness, then they came back as a rat. Then the betrayal of the hidden of the secrets of all of it, and this is a game. And I think this is somebody has manifested all of it, of the crumb snatcher. They get to see all of it now. Went right to left. Mouse went right, and then I got the rat and the betrayal and the secret. So your job is to pay attention to what you hear, and they be plugged up. But understand what you listen and monitor and how cell phones and devices. Be careful about your glitches, because a lot going on with 7 swords, 3 swords, and 10. It's about the mother and your family, but also have a lot to do with sisters and women dealing with competitive energy about your sun enlightenment, about your spirituality. They don't want you about thyself, and they don't want to hear you need. They don't want to hear nothing you got to say. They want to devalue you, unvalue you, because of competition. Because these women can be ugly. I got a number of women out here, and if we all acting like that, that's the reason why some people don't want this to work, because we can be drama queens, and men can be just the same because of the functions of the house. And we ain't doing. If all we know how to do this, you ain't doing much, because you still got secrets in your home, and you need to deal with your children and your grandkids, and tell them why you're in a predicament, and to watch, to be looking before when it happened, because you're supposed to be the wisdom and antenna in your home, and to teach your children what's going to happen before it happens. It started at home, and if it's slacking, then we're not doing our job. That's everybody in your home. If we're using everything 5Gs, it's time to shut that down for a minute so you can deal with your own family, because it's slacked, because no unconditional love in there. And that's the reason why we're in the predicament of judgment. Judgment comes with karma and sickness and health. And why everybody trying to put a point playing who made somebody sick? You thyself, you made it. Your ancestor did. And it went down to you, and down and down and down and down. Because whenever, a long time ago, when these kings and queens in the church, when stuff had the darkness had something to do with karma, and it had to do with sickness. And it was the real thing about life, and understand this is real. Because what you put out of the atmosphere, it will come back to you. And because that's how fruitful is real. So you know that it's somebody new, and they knew. Now you know it's a real source over your head. I guess divinely God and chosen stellar seed, spiritually 777. I think I done said enough. It's the trick or treat. We got a little fall coming on in the trunk, and the spirits, they trick her. They'll trick you. Don't allow the trend that we all do and being traumatic. Have a wonderful day.